YouTube, what is this? This will be like the second behind the screen updated this week. So I'm not going to be streaming on Thursdays for a while now because as of next week, have a Vampire the Masquerade game on Thursday afternoons, which hopefully will happen and I'll get paid for, which would be nice. So I'm taking this last opportunity to do a slightly longer than usual behind the screen stream to do some subclass work for my Patreon, and also because sometimes people are interested in this kind of thing, so I figured why not. The chiptunes are courtesy of Pretzel, which is why Pretzel Rocks will be posting periodically. Word on RPG booking, I just created a game on Roll20 and waited, and 4 people signified interest, so there's that. I'm really hot. I'm going to take this off. Still got space for 2 more if you know anyone. It's free Thursdays at 3 p.m. Yeah, so this month's Patreon updates, the title is not correct. This is Explorer, not Traveller. Idiot. The Traveller tier stuff is overview of 2 continents, Garrus and Paxless, both of which have Titans sleeping beneath them. Titans in Thelanis, which is the setting of my Patreon, are Gibbon. She will kill you. Are not creatures per se. They are more sapient / sentient. I'm not sure on the distinction between the 2 words. Vortices of just kind of raw magic and potential. So in other OGL games and kind of mythologies, Titans are actual physical beings. In this one, they're more metaphysical in nature, but still can be interacted with. And that is what we're going to be using to develop some Barbarian Bard, and a Barbarian subclass, a Bard subclass, and a Druid subclass. So the first thing to do is name them and get their heading sorted so I don't have to do that all in one go. So we've got... Nope. Hopefully I've zoomed in far enough in the document that people can read it clearly as well. Path of the Titan. College of the Wilds. And Circle of the... I had a name. I named all of these before the stream. Sapient means wise, which is not what you thought it meant. I mean, I could just check. I have the internet open. I know sagacious means wise. Meaning or possessing or expressing great sagacity. So yes, it means wise. Thank you. So sentient. Sentient vortices of magical energy and potential. Thought it meant monkey-like? Well, I mean, Homo sapiens, the confusion is understandable. So I just need to reply to this email. Right, anyway, so sentient, vortices of magical energy. God, what? I've said this last time, I should really write these things down when I name them. We'll come to that problem when we get there. For now, we're just gonna do this and move on. So I need to insert some tables for class features. You know what? Even easier. If I go to my PDF of Xanathars, I can just count the rows and columns in those tables. I am a genius. Should post on Facebook to see if any friends want to know that game. Sure. I was going to share it later anyway. So if you want to take the link from my Facebook. What's he published? There we go. Because there is still a week till the session 0, so. Did that open? That did not open. Throw bricks at you if you forget. I'd rather not. My PDFs are doing that thing where they don't open again. Gosh darn it. Oh well, it's giving me time to think of what the circle was going to be called. That was it, Primordial. There we go. Open unto me, Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Please, I'm asking nicely. Oh, so if anyone wants me to change the music, let me know. I know chiptunes aren't to everyone's taste, but it beats just talking to silence. Wow, it's doing this thing again. It really sucks when it does it. Okay, I'll just count for now. We've got Norman notes. They find it kind of cheering. Good. Primal Path 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Xanathar's has opened at last. Yeah, 4. So 5 by 2. Keep losing all my windows. Insert table 5 by 2. Level feature should specify barbarian level, I guess. May I inquire as to why you don't like chiptunes normally? Obviously, you don't have to reply. I know that some people just find them annoying because they're beepity boopity. So third level is generally an improvement to rage. Don't know. That's fine as well. So third, right, was it third, 6th, 10th, and 14th or something? Yes, it is. I'm a genius. Tenth and 14th. Titanic might. Whoop. So that's as I did on Saturday with the tradition of the source. And like music that makes you feel specific strong emotion of some kind. That's fine. I'm just going to do the kind of the gameplay effect I want, and then go back and write it out. So benefits of enlarged spell, basically. The song fails to evoke a mind picture emotion. You don't tend to like it. That's fine. Obviously, I kind of struggle with these streams because I don't want words, essentially. So I have to pick instrumental music as best I can. 6th level. That's a condition. 6th level seems to be more of a flavor thing. Makes perfect sense. Yeah. I don't want people to be listening to the song, not me, for example. No, let's listen to whatever the heck you want to do. If you want to mute the stream and just have the text on the screen, that works for me. You're still counting to my view count. Please don't leave. Is this a multi-subclass? Oh, well, I mean, this is currently a subclass for a barbarian, and then we'll go to a subclass of a bard, and then subclass of a druid, but I'm basically this one of my explorer updates for this month's Patreon will have 3 subclasses, and the other one will have 2 or 3 depending on how much time I get. That's what I'm doing on Saturdays. I've got Warlock Patron and Pact to do, and the Sorceress Bloodline. Although if it comes down to it, I'm just going to go to the Warlock Patron. The Pact can come later. Anyway, what to call this? So the feature is advantage on saving throws against spells while raging. I mean, obviously, if you need to leave for hygienic purposes or food purposes, feel free to, but... Oh, I guess just Titanic resistance. So that is... resistance... advantage on saving throws. Versus spells / magical effects. Whilst raging. 10th level, we're gonna go with unarmed attacks deal like 1d8 damage. No weakness. No bathroom breaks. Yeah, you show weakness on this channel and that's it. You get your gun. Kind of already have the might. I guess it could be class progression, but the barbarians don't really do class progression through feat improvement. They just get extra feat stuff. Feature stuff, sorry. And feature improvement. So, what could I call this? I want to step away from Titanic for now. I think having two things making reference to the path name is fine. I think calling all four of them, it might be Titanic X, might be awkward. Just call it XXX for now. Unarmed attacks. Deal 1d8 damage. Bludgeoning damage. And then 14th level. What have we got for Berserker? Not something when raging. And Path of the Totem is something it is when you're raging. So that's nice and useful. I like it. Thanks. What are the examples in Z? Something else. Spirit Shield bonus. Vengeful Ancestors. Which ties in with the Spirit Shield, obviously. Storm Herald. But the only aura is only active when you're raging, right? Yes. So these all seem to be keyed into raging still. Zoom out, be easier. Yes, yes, they're tied into raging still. So the only one that isn't actually tied into raging is the Path of the Berserker. So that's interesting. Oh, I guess regeneration. Alan I'll embrace it. Why not? There we go. Do 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 do. Regain hit points or regain gain temporary hit points? Actually, I need to check the wording on Chill Touch, because it is a precedence of some things. Is Chill Touch just explicit you cannot regain hit points? Or does it include temporary hit points as well? You can't regain hit points. Now this music making an emotion? Well, there we go. Well, let's just say hit points equal to half barbarian level. The I want to hug a ghost emotion. That is an emotion. Titanic power. Wanted to... Obviously, Barbarian is one of the few classes that, with the exception of the Path of the Totem Warrior, which has very, very defined, extremely limited spellcasting, in that it learns like 2 spells. Barbarian doesn't actually learn any spells for the most part. So I wanted to stay away from that. So, beginning... Hello, stream. Why is my stream down? See if it comes back naturally. Streamlabs, what are you doing? See if it comes back, otherwise I'll end the recording and just start the Streamlabs up again. Oh, no, it's coming back. And we're back. Cool. I have no idea what happened. Streamlabs, just doing Streamlabs things. Beginning at 3rd level. Channel the strength. It booped me. It really did. It really did. It really, really did. Being who has... that has. There we go. Has invested you with a fraction of its power. As you are raging, you gain the additional following benefits. And then the wording on the spell that I want in question. Yeah, extra d4 damage and size increases. Size increases by 1 category. A medium creature becomes large. Your weapon attacks deal an additional d4 damage. In addition, hello Zarafay, to that, in addition to the bonus damage granted by the rage feature. Nope. There we go. Cannot state enough how important formatting is when doing anything like this. Especially because I'm going to transfer this over to Word eventually. Heading 2. Heading 2. Also, Word preserves headings, so that's good. Just need to keep monitoring that email chain. Blackout Cloud? Which grind? This is 6th level, right? At 6th level. So more about the importance of formatting. It's so important, it won't be curious why this is. Damn, deal some good formatting. Formatting is amazing. Well, as you can see, in Google Drive, Google Docs, it generates headings for you if you set it to headings, which it also does in Microsoft Word, which allows you to quickly move through a document. It's less important in a document of this size, but when writing adventures, having the headings set up correctly is important. D&D grind, keep a good campaign. You'll be streaming for weeks. Man, I wish I could stream a campaign, but I have not the players all the time. However, I do have the time to stream writing material for my Patreon and hopefully inspire people along the way. Also to answer any general questions about role-playing in D&D. This is technically OGL. It's not specifically 5th edition because of licensing stuff. This is the 5e SRD material, or compatible with 5e SRD, but if you want to use it in your 5e games, I can't stop you, because it will be compatible. Inherited a measure of the natural magic that comprises your Titanic patron. That was really hard to say for some reason. Whilst raging, you have advantage on saving throws. Also, I just like hanging out with cool people on the internet. Or seemingly cool people. Obviously, I don't know. If you, actually, your format you mentioned is giving me a good idea for work. Do go on. It gives me something to talk about. On saving throws versus spells and magical effects. If you are under the effect of a spell when you enter your rage, the effect is suppressed for the duration. Man, the dream obviously would be to run a D&D campaign using all of my Patreon material on my stream. This new product rollout I keep arguing about? Ah, I see. But also, you should. Yes, I should, shouldn't I? I need players. Although I did post about this earlier in my Discord that this is weird kerning. I am considering doing like a one-shot TTRPG session for my community stream on a Friday. So I could totally do some, not exactly Westmarch style things, but have just linked one-shots in the same game world using Patreon material. Occasionally, I just need players, obviously, who are happy to be streamed. Is the important thing. If you're under the effect of a spell when you're in rage, the effect is suppressed for the duration. Yeah, that's fine. I have also zoomed in so people can read it easier. So there's odd kerning between letters sometimes. Like there seems to be a space between M and A here, but I promise you there isn't. By 10th level, you know what? Let's do this. Learned to manifest a portion of your own Titanic might. And you make an unarmed attack. You may roll 1d4. Been organizing the D&D group and listeners, it's pretty hard to have a lot of places to play, can't respond. Oh gosh, yeah, I can imagine. Something like that I would only do with people I know and who kind of can guarantee their attendance. Mostly because, for me, streaming is a big energy investment because I'm introverted and I suffer from real bad performance anxiety. Like, this is pretty nerve-wracking for me, just doing this, and this is what I love to do. So obviously, corralling my mental capacity, my spoons, if you will, or spell slots. I've heard people refer to them as spell slots as well, to actually do this kind of thing and then have people flake out would be really annoying. Charlotte's people would find that a bit for it. Clash of work and pretty crap. 2 news players so you won't come experience. Well, it would be the 7:30 on a Friday through to like 10:30 that I've been doing my community streams. I guess I could post about it on my Facebook page. Make a successful unarmed attack. There we go. You may roll 1d4 to determine the damage dealt. Adding your ability score modifier isn't as usual. Additionally, when raging... Actually, you know what? Rather than putting it there where it's separate, I'm just going to put it here. Its damage increases to 1d6 at level 10. When's my next community stream? In theory on Friday. And sometimes they just stop messaging anything and yeah. Ooh. There we go, that ties it all together. Next week. This Friday I'll be playing RE2. I'll be continuing my B playthrough. When you reach 14th level, you are granted a share of the... Nope. You can tap into. There we go. The life-giving realm wins. Gotta do an interview at 9 PM this Friday because life is bad. Oh, that sucks. I won't be streaming at 9 PM. I'm doing my normal streaming time tomorrow. Burb? Sure thing. I really need a burb emote. I'm sure there is one. Hang on. I'm gonna find it. BTTV emotes. Wow, these are real not good, huh? I like it. That one. Cool. I don't know if I have to refresh the stream or not. I probably should. Yep, I don't know what this is going to do to the chat box on stream. Titan powers? Indeed, Kenny. Titan powers. Working on giant stuff? Sort of. Sorry, I had to refresh my stream to sort something out. Essentially, the world that I'm doing for my Patreon is has titans, quote unquote, which are just sources of natural energy. There's the burb emote. Sources of natural energy, which kind of are also sentient, so can awaken and wreck face if they so choose, or if certain conditions are met. This is basically one way of saying if you want to use this as your BBEG, feel free to go ahead and do that. Big Giant Circles is an amazing chiptunes artist. Highly recommend them. However, this is a barbarian subclass for barbarians who have interacted with a titan and gained a measure of their strength. Whilst raging. You know what? Let's have a whilst raging and a whilst not raging feature. As a bonus action, you may regain hit points equal to your, let's say, proficiency bonus, because that's like a 6. Equal to your level. That's fine. You may do this twice. And regain all expended juices at the end of a long rest. But you're trying to only one time at a time in the setting for your low magic. If you had giant bloodline or perhaps got legacy or intention, you could possibly empower these giant abilities. That's pretty cool. I'm viewing them more as just kind of extensions of natural forces, let's say. Additionally, whilst raging, you may regain hit points equal to half your level. At the start of your turn. Kind of like mini guy beings or something. Yeah. Yeah, so obviously this is for D&D OGL stuff, so there's titans associated with each of the different schools of magic, and also an arcane titan, just like magic in general, primal titan and divine titan, but they're not just one-offs, there's loads of them. Well, not loads, but like 2 or 3 for each. All of them hidden around the world, just resting and keeping everything ticking along. At the start of your turn, unless you have taken any amount of, let's say, psychic, because that's going to interrupt your connection, or necrotic damage since the end of your last turn. The wording here is fine because it's whilst raging, and the moment you hit 0 hit points, you stop raging. Let's make this a full action. It is twice when you know all expended juices in the long rest. Additionally, whilst raging, you may regain hit points equal to half your level at the start of your turn, unless you have taken any amount of psychic or necrotic damage since the end of your last turn. Gonna throw it open to chat. Do you want me to keep going, do the features for the next class, the bard in this case, and then go for the druid, and then go back and do the small narrative intro for each subclass, or do you want the small narrative intro now, basically? Gremlin, because you use it a lot, I have added a BRB emote. Feel free to use it. Why are you not showing up in Streamlabs? Why is that a thing that's not happening right now? Because it should be. Half watching to work on stuff very slowly. Man, I know that feeling. I guess narrative intro. I'll also just, I guess, reset BTTV and see if that helps with the Streamlabs problem, because it should be displaying the emote. It also might just be because I haven't restarted Streamlabs since I added the emote to the channel. Anyway, there's now a BRB emote for people who have to leave. Narrative intro it is. It's displaying for me in my chat. You'll have to refresh your stream to actually see the emote. I mean, I guess I could turn off the chat box and back on again, but I don't think that's a worthy use of my time. I don't think I can refresh it while the stream's running. No, I can't. Never mind. I guess for YouTube, you'll just see Chiller BRB, but I promise you there's an animated emote there. Hopefully you'll see it in future streams. Okay, narrative stuff. Some explorers who reach the very heart of Paxlis. Frozen wastes. Waits. Of Garrus. I need that third place. Sorry, just a complete mind blank about where my PDF would be. Where's the geographical overview? There it is. Did I name it? So sometimes you say grandma something. I was like, no, I threw him by the kettle for some reason. No worries. No worries. Well, you've got your own BLB emote, so enjoy. Well, I mean, anyone else can use it as well, but... That's the Lucidium. No, I never named it. This music is pretty good. Yeah, it's not showing up on the chat box because I haven't refreshed the stream. You can blob dance as well, Gremlin. It's a better TTV emote that everyone has access to. I need my notes. Where did I put my other notes? This is what I get for doing solid like 2.5 years of work before going into this Patreon malarkey. No, it wouldn't be there. It would be in Homebrew. And settings. And the old name for this place. Geography. Lands of the Shifting Sea. Notes for Lands of the Shifting Sea. Should just change your name. To what? Is it Frostwald? Yes, it was. Some explosive reached the very hard packs. It's the frozen waste of Garrus. Harry, Grandma, Casper calls me Ra. Sakura said that. I was like, who? Well, mostly because when I'm streaming, I want to be able to say a name quickly. I mean, I have to say Gremlin, but I'll call you, you know, your name to your face. That's just basic respect. Although I will 100% answer to Bubbles, so. Which the very hard packs is the frozen waste of Garrus. Or the permanently storm-racked Frostwald. It's WR, alright? Well, the heart of the permanently storm-racked Frostwald. Nope. And heart is there also. Thick forests, there we go. Our permanently storm-racked Frostwald speak of immense presences watching. Even better, bring back tales of being watched by immense presences. They say these beings were invisible, but all around them. So he's using people's IGN or screen names rather than real names. Yeah, totally, you know, could rank cover in real life would not be that odd. No, it wouldn't. I think I'm called Bubbles more in real life, but Comrade would be fine. We're invisible but surrounded them. Even better, but surrounded with an aura of great power. For those few who know the truth, who know of the sentient vortices of magic that slumber in the wild places of the world. In the wildest places of the world, sorry. We'll say Thalanus, get the brand in there, like if your name was Friend Bubbles and someone said hello friend. I mean, that'd be fine. Obviously, Comrade is just the title anyway. There is great power to be found. A barbarian who has encountered one of these beings. One of these beings. One of these titans. truly a sight to be feared on the battlefield. There we go. I think they're only like 6 lines long anyway. Check the precedents. I mean, usually like 2 sentences. Yeah, about 2 or 3 sentences, so that's fine. Let's put behold, because they grow in size, so... You know what? Because there's not much utility here. Titanic resistance, I'm going to just give flat advantage. If you enter... When you enter your rage, the effect is suppressive duration. Doesn't really like only coming though. But people call him King, so... So in Titanic theme, well, all of these are related in some way to the Titans. So, there we go. Might rename this, haven't decided. So, bards. I need the table for bards. 3, 6, and 14. My liege. Where did Nissa go? Table. Bard level. Yeah, that just really doesn't need to be capitalized. Feature. 3rd, 6th, and 14th. So, yeah, bards usually get like 2 things at 3rd level. I want Song of the Wild for sure. Oh, I guess just proficiencies, right? So, strange about her name. Didn't know for ages. He stayed at house of Devil because she kept forgetting. So she had to call him strange for a bit too. That, you know, that's pretty funny. Not gonna lie. Oh, that was the wrong one. Yeah, these are all capitalized. Whoop. Whoop. This is very cyberpunk. Okay. So going back to the examples in the PHB. College of Laurel gets proficiencies in cutting words, and Valor gets proficiencies combat inspiration. Yeah, so you get 2 bards get 2 things, so that's fine. That was weird. 6th level. The trend for 6th level appears to be either an extra spell or an additional option. Oh, extra attack for 3 of the 5 bard colleges. Could be like a limited wild shape. Sure, let's do limited wild shape. Beastkin. And then at 14th level... Just need to check something. I mean, I assume it's in here. Chat, remember page 100. Page 100. Thank you. I mean, it is in there. Should probably go with something plant related. 14th level for other colleges. Bardic Inspiration on yourself. Cast a cantrip and make a weapon attack. That's basically a spell. So 14th level generally seems to be like a spell-like attack. A spell-like feature. Nettles are plants. They are. Song of Growth. So we're going to do like an entangle effect, I think. Oh, right. There we go. Bonus proficiencies. Song of the Wild. Beatkin. I keep doing that. Beatkin. Song of the Growth. Heading 2. When you join this college, at 3rd level, in proficiency in the following skills. Nature and survival. If you are already... Is that... No, that wasn't weird kerning. If you are already proficient in this, in one of these skills. In one... or either of these skills. Double your proficiency bonus. Went into a stream, the streamer was not used to setting stuff for his bot, as if we were with one, although we found it, did he mess with put words like thorns and prickly? What? I mean, I guess prickly could have been like related to prick, but that's weird. That's weird, man. Feels bad, man. You may double your proficiency bonus for that skill. Streamer scrambled to turn off the bot. I mean, the easiest way to do it is just unmod the bot. I've had to do that a few times. Three skills of your choice. Glamour doesn't get one because it gets 2 spell-like effects instead. As much as I understand not going overboard with language, I could not go around about plant-based encounters for adventure about 30 minutes. That would be awkward. That would be awkward. If you're already proficient in water, either for this goes, you may double your proficiency bonus. For that, slash those. I'll just put instead. Does that work? Is that clear enough? I hope that's clear enough. Obviously, this is all very much first draft anyway, so I will be revisiting it. I'm just going to make these proper headings. Tongue of the Wild. Beginning at 3rd level, call upon your control of the realm winds to impede your your enemies. As an action, you may expend 1 bardic inspiration die. How best to word this? If you do, it proposed to have a range of equal level to the team that's trying the hardest to disrupt and kill them over long durations to track across this domain. Oh god, and not being able to mention anything about hostile plants would suck. Trying to word this without it being too wordy. As an action, you may expend 1 bardic inspiration die. If you do, roll that die. And lower the speed of a creature you can see within 30 feet by an amount equal to number rolled on the bardic inspiration die. Multiplied by 5. If this results in a negative value, the creature is pushed away from you in a straight line. Distance equal to the negative value. Helping to make both natural traps, magic traps, and animated ascension plants the range you could use. Neato. That's not sarcastic, I just fancied saying neato. That's pretty cool. I don't think it's needed, but lowering a creature with a speed of 25. There we go. Lowering a creature's speed from 25 to -10 result in them being pushed 10 feet in a straight line. Also, ways to run an adventure pass specialized level. One has to decide how nasty they want to be able to play. Exactly. Oh god, yeah. If you can't get fresh water when you're adventuring, you're doomed. Pushed away from you in a direction of your choice. It's pushed in a direction of your choice. There we go. Creatures that are immune to the restrained condition or ignore the effect of difficult terrain. They always move 5 feet on their turn. Oh, right. Until the start of your next turn. That's an important piece of information. There we go. Over 20 years, I've all the knowledge I had become colliders and streams and stuff, but now you had to move through and home back and caught on door hands every 5 minutes. You know, Gremlin, when you solve that problem, let me know. On their turn, no matter the reduction, regardless even. Oh, it's just say may always move 5 feet on their turn. Phone, why? Why have you betrayed me? May always move a minimum of 5 feet. But are pushed if relevant. Sorry, this is a work thing. Cool. That's done. Back to what I was doing, but I'll push if relevant. It's very wordy, and I'll probably make it simpler when I'm done. But there we go. When I come through to revising it. But there we go. How long have we go? An hour. Cool. An hour, and I've done 1.5 subclasses. Excellent. Beastkin. This is 10th level, right? 6th level. 6th level. 6th level. You've mastered the fragment of the natural world which resides within you. That resides within you. Grenades could be thrown with a sling at night. If the party lights the fire, the ranger could fling it in, score smoke, which appears harmless, but would also try nasty beasts. Otherwise, the ranger would fire for taming animals, and animals carrying noise, make star and night hit. You are a monster. Where's the limit on wild shapes? At the end of a long rest, you may Choose a CR half. A beast of CR half or below. Does not have a flying speed. To the end of your next long rest. Whoops. There we go. Specker. You may cast Speak with Animals. To communicate with this beast. Number of times equal to your, let's say, charisma modifier. Without expending a spell slot. Nothing like having a bear pop out from behind a tree in the middle of the woods while you're chasing a ranger. That is true. That is true. Suddenly a bear. I mean, the on-guard mustache twill has its place. It's classic for a reason. But a ranger's obviously going to lay traps and things rather than attack head-on. Additionally, you may expend 2 uses of this feature. Zoom the shape of that beast. For 1 hour. And 1 hour only. Whilst in this form, you may not speak. Cast spells. Or concentrate on spells. Villain D20 will twirling a huge moustache. Time people sometimes to train tracks and they thought in their actions they're just bad. Don't scrutinize their motivations because they just won't last. Oh, they might if said villain is a actor, or it's just part of a plot to distract someone from their other schemes. Whilst in this form, you may not speak, cast, or concentrate on spells. He who coops and run away lives to coop another day. You may not speak, cast, or concentrate on spells. Use any items your form cannot use. So, like, if you're a monkey, you can use things that require hands, but if you're a cat, you can't. Or otherwise benefit from class features. We'll just say or use class features. Additionally, take on the beast's characteristics. Poor cats. Poor cats indeed. But, however, cats are a lot less likely to draw attention in an urban setting than a monkey is in the vast majority of cases. Oh, statistics. Take on the beast statistics. Including hit points, hit dice, which I believe are capitalized actually. Yes, for some reason hit dice are capitalized. It's because they're a proper noun. but retain your alignment, personality, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores. There's a quote before they mangled the Maras: "He who fights and runs away may have to fight another day, but he who is battle slain can never have to fight again." Yes, I've heard that quote. I just like the coupe version. Hi, Kansas is great to see a scary horror show by Aaron Morgan called The Cat with Hands. I have not. In fact, seen that scary short. God, this is going to be real wordy. It's bleeping weird. I imagine it is. What's this one you mean? This is going to have to be a bullet pointed list. Why did I do that? Including hit points, hit dice, sensors, and skills. Retain your alignment, personal intelligence. Because I don't want this to be like actual wild shape. I want to leave wild shape to druids. This is just a toned down. But last time I thought a common cat scary horror movie had this crazy ability to give sleep paralysis. It would then move its paws over the person's nose and mouth, suffocating them to death. Oh my, why? Who hurt the person who created that? Because obviously, because the druid can choose to use the better skill from their list, from their character sheet, or the animal shape, or the wild shape, but this is more like polymorph, but slightly better. You are reduced to 0 hit points. Fall unconscious and immediately revert back to your normal form. Sounds like straight away from Writer's childhood. Something truthful. I remember dragging on way too long. The prize was much better for 5 to 15 minutes short. Eesh. Eesh. Because this isn't designed as a combat thing. This is more just the utility. Oh, hey, I'm an animal. I'm going to sneak in here. I think that works. Oh, also, your items and equipment meld into your new form. Merges into your new form. I have no effect whilst merged in this way. Even if one's not prone to violence, one's high skeptic of you're not going to let a cat suffocate people. No! No, you are not. I think that works. Sure, why not? It works. At 14th level, you know how to communicate with the local flora and ask it for help. What level are these spells? I believe it was page 100. It is page 100 for the spellcasting chapter in the SRD. Why it's not bookmarked, I will never know. Alright, Druid. Entangle's first level spell. Spike growth. Huh. Sorry, I'm just looking at spells. Is plant growth really not in the SRD? Oh, no, it's there. It's there. I'm just an idiot. Just to check it does what I believe it to do. Yes, it does. Cool. You know how to communicate, look for, and ask it for help. You know the entangle and spike growth spells. Even better. You add the entangle and spike growth spells. Spike growth spells to the list of spells you know. These do not count against the number of spells known. Hi, Blood Rain. These don't count against the number of spells you know. Is that the wording? In fact, I could just use the PHP because there's plenty of instances of this in the PHP. I'm getting there, Blood Rain. How are you doing? But don't count against the number of spells you know. Good, had an interesting stream. Do go on. I also haven't had a chance to check how I got the integration stuff set up yet. I'm sorry. Additionally, once per long rest, may attempt to cast the plant growth spell. That's fine. I want to know how I did it anyway, in case I mess it up and have to redo it. But how is your stream ... interesting? Obviously, you don't need to tell me. It's your business. How to handle this? You do so. Spend one use. I guess just expend one body inspiration die. How did you join your Rainbow Six Siege? Turned out some TKs out there around, and we'll get everyone to TK at least once. Interesting. On purpose or through just accidentally? What is the wording on this? Because there are examples of. Where is it? Just scroll up. There we go. Add the number rolled on the Bardic Inspiration die. So at 14th level, what size would that be? Not so D10 at 14th level. Okay, what level is plant growth? Third. Yeah, purposely? Ooh. Don't you like get negative feedback for doing that? So you've got 2 or 3 odds. There's no... You can't cast plant growth at a high level, can you? Yeah, plant growth is in the SRD. Cool. For example, as an operation player can just gas everything, so play him and gas teammates to shoot them. Oh dear. But on the Bardic Inspiration die, if the number rolled, even there we go. Higher. One of your spell slots. Higher than the spell slot you are using. You use. Spell is successful. For example, is in return they would shoot you and then your friend would shoot them and they'd get shot. Yeah, I guess as long as it was fun for everyone involved. Doesn't have a duration. It just goes. What would be the benefit to casting it at a higher level? This one being a friend can't say much of your teammates. You know, that's fair. Oh. If you expend a... What's the wording? Obviously, none of the words on spells on the same page can... There we go. When you attempt this using a spell slot of 4th level or higher. Attempt this using a spell slot of 4th level or higher. Sorry, this is a lot of reference in the book to have the right wording. One creature you can see within the effects of the spell. I would just say within 30 feet. Ooh. Just say 60 feet. Range of healing word. It's temporary hit points equal to the spell level. Per level. Is that the wording? Oh, for each slot level above for each slot level above 3rd. Yeah. Hey, that's where I've been. Well, I guess as long as it was fun. And I guess viewers enjoyed it. Just make sure this makes sense in my head. Your tangle of spike growth spells still suppose you know this. Not count against the number of spells. Additionally, once per long rest, you may attempt to cast the plank growth spell using one of your spell slots. If you do so, expend 1 bardic inspiration die. If the number rolled is higher than the spell slot you use, the spell is successful. When you attempt this using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, as we'll just use the proper wording. When you cast this spell. Using a spell slot of 4th level high, one creature you can see within 60 feet gains temporary hit points equal to the spell level for each slot above 3rd. If I ever get a character to level 14, sounds badass. I mean, you just have to play for You have been banned for an hour. Oh, there is repercussions. The wording was weird. I'm going to have to do it like this. One creature per slot level above 3rd. That you can see within 60 feet gains temporary hit points equal. I'm assuming we're doing zoom yet. Wonder if he'll show. I'm still not happy with the wording here. Gonna have to rewrite the whole sentence. When you cast this using a spell slot at 4th level or higher, you make around temporary hit points equal to the spell level. One creature you can see within 60 feet. Gains is not needed there. We got temporary hit points equal to the spell level to one creature you can see within 60 feet for each slot level. That fox always makes me jump. Blood Rain, thank you for gifting us up to Kenny. I believe you're top of the the leaderboard that isn't showing for some reason. I guess that's a setting I have to turn back on. There is. Bye, back in a while. Sure thing. I'm going to be here for a bit anyway. I don't know when I'm finishing, but have a good meeting. Kenny, enjoy the troll emote you now have access to. It's adorable. And here's our little mascot. Also, Kenny, now you're a sub. You will, in theory, get my one-page RPG when I send it out at the end of the month. What you do with it, obviously, is entirely up to you. It's just a way of saying thank you to my subs. There he is. There's the adorable troll. I'll have that email later. Okay, so that's bod stuff. I didn't think about this when I bought this chair. I have to kind of hunch over to actually type properly. It looks like top of the leaderboard. Good. Is it weekly or monthly? I can never remember. Okay, so. What did I say for the Path of the Titan? Cool. Whereas others who encounter Titans slumbering throughout, I think it's monthly, but you change it. cool. I need to look into that. I also can't see it right now, so I assume I accidentally turned it off at some point. Or it might be because of having BTTV or FFC installed. They might automatically kind of mute it. Whereas others who encounter the Titan slumbering throughout Thelenis choose to use potential such beings toward them to dominate the battlefield. Or has their control of the natural world. Some travelers use it to form a peaceful symbiosis. I don't regret. I do not regret finding Pretzel. It is way more preferable to me talking to myself in silence. Those bards who have come through such encounters relatively unscathed from the College of the Wilds. I know what it means to be a part of the world in a way that many do not, or many cannot, I guess, technically speaking. Whilst as skilled and magically talented as the counterparts, counterparts in other colleges, bards are masters of calling upon the wilds themselves to aid them in moments of need. Also turning into animals. That does not have a flying speed, and that you have studied for at least 1 hour. To the end of your next long rest, I should say. Yeah, I might reword the Titan thing up here. But that's the bard. Now for the druid. Circle of the Primordial. Okay. What table do I need for druids? There we go. 2, 6, 10, and 14. Ooh, there's an extra one. I don't know if I like it. Alright, they're a full caster. They get there. Yeah, right. Name 2, 6, 10, 14, and a cross. Druid level. Feature. 2nd, 6th, 10th, 14th. Okay, so need to kind of figure out what we want the druid to be doing, because the druids in the player's handbook go for focus on the wild shape, we focus on spells. I think this is going to be buffing summons by channeling the Titan into the summon. So probably just give it conjure animals as a always prepared spell that doesn't count against its limits. Conjure Animals is a 3rd level spell. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? There it is. Third, 5th, 7th, and 9th. Second, 4th. Oh, that's just when you get... I see. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th level spells. That probably works out quite well, actually. Maybe... Those are cleric spells, that's why I'm confused. So... Animal Messenger, Conjure Animals, Conjure Woodland Beings, Conjure Elemental? Question mark? Probably not. Insect Plague, probably. Oh, Awaken. Duh. Awaken is 5th level spell. These words probably mean nothing to many people here, but I promise you they mean something to me. So that's a... kind of interposed one. Where does it come? I guess just 2nd level. Doesn't fit anywhere into that. I guess I could just add another column, in all fairness. I'll just add a column. Row, sorry. Insert row below. Circle spells. Resilient shaped. Call it shaped, Titan with wild shape. Circle spells. 6th level will then be buffing the summons. Say primordial creatures. Uh, 10th level is after getting elementals. So I guess it could just be... Actually, isn't 10th level when the Moon Druids get to turn into an elemental anyway? It is. Cool. Well, I'll probably just do that. Is Moon Druid the druid in the SRD? Bitch, it's not. It's the Circle of the Land. How to handle this then? Shave off the serial numbers, I guess. And then 14th level. So, what's the 6th level there? Alright, yeah, magical. th level is just alter self at will for moons. And for land, just being in touch with animals. Okay, gotcha. What are the restrictions on... like conjure animals and stuff? Okay, so conjure animals, 3rd level, 1 action, 60 feet, concentration up to 1 hour. These are all concentration up to 1 hour. So what I might say at 14th level, if it's a spell slot equal to or less than proficiency bonus? Well, that was Conjure Elemental. 5th. And... oops, nope. Nope. There we go. Oh, why am I doing that? I just click on literally any class and it'll show me. 14th, it's 5. Yeah, we'll do that. Primordial Connection. So we've got Resilient Shape, Circle Spells feature, Primordial Creatures, Titanic Wild Shape, and Primordial Connection. These are all the right headings. Just want to say thank you to everyone who's just hanging out with me while I'm doing this and offering thoughts. Okay, so at 2nd level, beginning at 2nd level. I appreciate it's not, you know, the most interesting thing that you can watch someone do on Twitch. Or indeed, if you're watching this, the VOD on YouTube, I appreciate it's not the most interesting thing to watch someone do on YouTube. In fact, these don't really do well on YouTube, but I feel like putting them up anyway. Beginning at 2nd level, you are able to draw upon your connection. To the Titans. When you use your wild shape feature. So kind of watching make an entry for magic item. That's fine. Obviously, if you've got this on in the background, that works for me too. Because basically, I'm just streaming in the background at the moment. Able to draw upon your connection to the Titans when you use your wild shape feature. Once per long rest, as an action, you may temporarily increase your wild shape's size, hit die. We'll say size and hit die by 1 for 1 minute. When you do this, you may gain hit points equal to the maximum value of the hit die. And your attacks deal an additional d4 damage. Also gain advantage on Constitution saving throws. For the duration. Very important to limit effects and not have them just exist ad infinitum. Obviously, that's what durations are for. Beginning at 2nd level, you're able to draw upon your connection to the Titans when you use your wild shape feature. Once per long rest, as an action, you may temporarily increase your wild shape size and hit die by 1 for 1 minute. When you do this, you may gain hit points equal to, I guess, size categories, clearer. When you do this, you may gain hit points equal to the maximum value of the hit die, and your attacks do an additional d4 damage. You may also gain advantage on Constitution saving throws for the duration. Circle spells. I'm just going to copy from here. And reword, obviously, because I'm not just reproducing the text. Would have been probably easier to type it out. I don't need that. That's from the bottom of the page. That's that. And I need to put that into a small table. So, not that. Insert there. 2x4. Okay, so it's 2 spells per. Gotcha. No connection to a Titan. Means you are in constant contact with the natural forces of the world. There we go. Natural forces of the world. At 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th level, you can access 2 circle spells connected to those forces. Once you gain access to a circle spell, you always have it prepared, and it doesn't count against the number of spells you can prepare each day. You gain access to a spell that doesn't appear on the druid spell list. The spell is nonetheless a druid spell for you. A droid spell. Interesting. There we go. So, let's take care of actual druid spells first. So 3rd level is when you get access to 2nd level spell slots, right? Yeah, so it's 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th is when you get the extras, the new level spell slots. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th level spells. So Animal Messenger. I guess maybe Pass Without Trace. These are capitalized, as is the convention with spells. And then 3rd level spells, you've got Conjure Animals. Just checking what other 3rd level spells there are, see if there's anything from a different list. Remove Curse might be good. Ah, Water Walk. Conjure Animals and Water Walk. Because while this subclass is, yes, obviously heavily focused towards summoning things, the utility is also pretty cool. 4th level spells. Conjure Woodland Beings. Probably Freedom of Movement. Yeah. Just check the limitation on conjure woodland beings before committing to that, but it should be fine. Conjure woodland beings. Fey creatures that appear in an unoccupied... Yeah, you summon Fey, basically. With that being the case, then, minor elementals. Because that's what the Titans are, they're just elementals. But they're different elementals. And then 5th level spell, Conjure Elemental. Tree Stride, maybe? Oh no, Awaken, right. It's back! Oh no! Conjure Elemental. I don't think Awaken gets enough love among players. Can I... If I insert the row above, can I merge these cells? No, I cannot. Okay, right, well those are some spells. Primordial creatures. How long have I got to grab tea? Looks like I got quite far during this view. I've still got to do 3 class features and the narrative, like, intro for this Druid Circle, so a little bit. I mean, I've got until 6, so even if I finish in half an hour, I'll still do something else at the end of the stream. So don't worry about that. I still want to stream until my normal time of about 6 o'clock. Anyway, primordial creatures at 6th level. When you reach 6th level, you understand how to gift the creatures you summon. With a splinter of the connection you share to a Titan. So how to balance this is the thing, because conjuring things, yeah. Oh, I know. Any attacks? Oh, hang on. Is this in the default? I don't think this is in the default Druid thing, but I just need to read these carefully. Its attacks aren't treated as magical there. Okay, so their attacks aren't treated as magical there. I believe that is in fact a circle feature. Druidic spellcasting, wild shape, yada yada. Druid circle, ASI, Titan's body, beast spells. Yeah, cool. Your creature's attacks count as magical. Purposes of overcoming resistances and immunities. Why is that? No. Oh, well, I guess give does work better actually. Your creature's attacks count as magical for purposes of overcoming resistances and immunities. Your conjured creatures. Let's even specify this. Attacks made by creatures you conjure through. Conjure it with your spells. There we go, that's slightly better. Count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistances and immunities. That's... That's 6th levels when monks get magical punching anyway, so that's kind of roughly comparable. Conjure Animals is a 3rd level spell, so at this point you'd have 2 usages of that. Has the music stopped? It has. That was weird. So 2 uses of that should be fine. If you wanted to use that, of course. Oops. Just don't know what to do. I might just add a new spell, Conjure Creature. Like Conjure Singular Animal as a 1st level spell. Sorry, I play with my hair and I'm thinking. Animal Friendship. Yeah. Let's just do it here. Conjure Animal. Alphabetical order behooves me to put it first. Whoop. Whoop. When you join the circle... At 2nd level. You were taught how to magically conjure a single creature. Ooh, I could tie this in with the wild shape table. Right. So at 2nd level, when you gain it, it's max rating of CR quarter. So it's page 66. So CR 1 quarter. Where's the spell's gone again? And yes, when making homebrew stuff, it does involve a lot of flicking through the rulebook. 8 beasts of challenge CR quarter or lower. So if you're spending a 1st level spell slot, let's say 2 quarter or 1/2. What's a half CR creature? A black bear. Ooh. Maybe 2 quarters and 1/8? One-eighth exists, right? I thought 1/8 was a challenge rating. Yeah, Mastiff is 1/8. Cool, so if I have 1 quarter, 2 1/8, and 4 0. I mean, I may as well just add this as a new spell. You always have the Conjure Animal spell prepared. guess I could just add it to the circle spells. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. In fact, I'll just replace it with circle spells. Delete row. Whoop. Whoop. Insert row above. Second. Conjure animal. See below. Spells. Should I just put that in the relevant place, or should I put it at the end of the document? What are people thinking? I think I can just put it here. Need the spell. Whoop. We won't be casting this at a higher level, so it's fine. Wow. I especially like how sometimes it gets the formatting pretty much identical to the way it should be, and sometimes it doesn't. So that's a 3rd level conjuration. Casting time on action range 60 feet compared to yes. That should be concentration. Some phase spirits. Take the form of beasts. Appear in unoccupied spaces that you can see within range. Choose one of the following options for what appears. One beast of challenge rating 1/4 or lower. 2 beasts of challenge rating 1/8 or lower. 4 beasts of challenge rating 0. You can't have lower than 0. My basic knowledge of maths tells me this. And honestly, just putting it in its proper place, however, a better entity space already is the bottom of the document. Sometimes days later or longer if it's at all. Well, I'm just thinking in terms of as like appendix material, but I'm just gonna eventually produce a list of extra spells for the game anyway, so I'll just include it there. Here is, I'm happy to put it here for now. Gumption some days, even if you have time, is so bad you get burnt out and start working on the topic complete. Oh, I know that feeling. Beast is also considered faint. Discipline drops to 0. That's an O, not a 0. Or when the spell ends. The summoned creatures are friendly to you and your companions. Roll initiative for the summoned creatures as a group, which has its own turns? Oh, the group. Single. They obey any verbal commands that you issue to them. No action required, but if you don't issue any commands to them, they defend themselves from hostile creatures, but otherwise take no action as the game has the creature statistics. There we go. Conjure animal. When I... rotating between settings. When I release this for the Patreon, it'll look a lot better than this. I'll try and get it into some form of like spell style. But this is the relevant information I need for this rough draft, so there we go. For formatting, that looks better. make this heading 3. There we go. That works. Titanic, wild shape. Writing spells to the reroll was super mind-numbing and ridiculous. I can imagine. I'm setting myself the goal of 2 new spells per level per school. But obviously it's going to take a while to do, so I'm in no rush to do it. At 10th level, you can draw upon your Titanic connection to alter certain aspects of your wild shape. Let's say, as a bonus action, you may choose to grant your wild shape the elemental keyword. Whilst wild shaped. Is that the right way of phrasing it, does anyone think? Probably not, right? Although, what's actually the point in doing it when you aren't wild shaping? While you're transformed by a wild shape. There we go. Writing hundreds of spells stop. What have I done? Then cuts away hundreds of spells because most players won't use them, and leaving a bunch of straightforward spell slots once I play basic. Yep. I am 100% guilty of overcomplicating things. Whilst transformed by wild shape. I too love options, which is why I do it. And then I realise that I'm doing it for me, basically, at the end of the day. Whilst you are transformed by a wild shape, you grant yourself the keyword elemental, the creature type even. You may grant yourself the creature type elemental. If you do this, you gain resistance to one of the following types of damage. Fire, cold, thunder, bludgeoning. You know what? I'll just look at the elementals and see what they have. That'll be way easier than trying to make it up. Monster manual. I imagine I've made practically one team with the planes, but I've made similar monster until all the monsters won't even fit on the main plane. Always go for people to make their own location, quickly sort things in a logical manner. Yeah. Similar to what I've been doing with the Patreon, except I'm focusing on the main plane, and then like all the other planes are named and very vaguely described enough that you could make your own. Lightning and thunder, bludgeoning. Yeah, it is resistances as well. Fire, obviously. And oh, it's acid, not cold. Acid, cold, thunder, bludgeoning. I'm gonna put these in alphabetical order because I like to do that. Lightning. Acid, bludgeoning, cold, lightning, or thunder. Your attacks whilst transformed. Deal damage of the type you are resistant to in place of their normal damage type. Swarm on players named have one paragraph or so description of the player needs a good amount of work and expert players to be able to reach, and is always dripping into the main plane. That's how it gets you. Yeah, this whole Patreon, like the lowest tier is just an atlas base. It's campaign setting, it's campaign guide, and then the other tier is just additional stuff like class options and spells and creatures. Or just more information. I would do it for my own game, but I want to get the money behind me first to then start development on my own game. So it was a mercenary, practical reason. Gazetteer might be a good word for it, or Gazetteer, it might be, indeed. Your attacks while transformed deal damage of the resistance. That's really clunky. Of the same type as your resistance. In places of their normal damage type. That's better. This effect lasts until... This effect lasts till you are no longer transformed by wild shape. There are limits to wild shape as well. It's like twice, I think. Twice per short or long. Twice per rest. I'm happy leaving it at that. To non-magical damage. And Primordial Connection was going to be another buff for the summons. This is 14th level? Yes. Can anyone remember what I was going to do with this one? Anyone? Maybe? No? I knew it was buffing the summons again. Which one? Primordial Connection. It was buffing the summons in a way. I think... Sorry, Superbrain. I may not have said out loud, is the thing. I might just have typed it, mentioned it offhand, and then continued on. Yum soup. Soup does sound good right about now. Oh god, chicken ramen is so good. Just as an aside. Like, why aren't you psychic? You should be. Why can't you have soup? I mean, I could have soup. We have a lot of soup in this. So the room I stream is our spare bedroom, and also it's where we're keeping all the dried goods so that we don't overfill our utility room. Granted, also supervisor stream chat would be great fun. It would. Actually, especially if I don't know what people are thinking. Oh gosh. The soups you like make you unwell? What? Unless this is an IBS style thing. It is. Yeah. Ooh. Kenny taking great advantage of the BTTV stuff. From 40. Halo suits make you ill, it tastes so good. They do. Do you know what sets you off? In case I have to cook for you. Food allergies, dairy makes you flare up, certain spices make you hiccup, but then rip you apart. Yeah, food allergies are weird in how they can affect someone really severely and then someone else really mildly. Eating? Okay. I mean, like, certain herbs and ingredients, but... Or onion. I know that's a common thing. Let's have... You know what? Let's just... So I've got two options. I'll throw it out to chat. In one, you can sacrifice a conjured animal to heal the others. In the other, you can detonate a conjured animal to deal like splash damage. Could present the options in the feature, I guess. How to channel Titan's raw power, infinite power into your conjured animals. How to word this? As an action, you may choose one of your conjured animals you can see within, let's say, 60 feet. It's good range. Onion, chili, he loves it. Anything with high water volume, wholemeal things, lentils. Ooh, make you bleed. Bad peppers, anything with lots of fiber. If you eat too much veg or fruit. Sometimes no reason. These animals sensitive and these animals move like the duration of natural. That would work as well, Kenny. That's more a familiar thing. Son of a bitch, conjure animal could have just been fine familiar. But I like what I've done. Don't sacrifice animal. Gotcha. I think this will work. It's actually made choose one of your conjured animals you can see within 60 feet. Don't worry, just cook food, so your bathroom will be destroyed forever. Gotcha. Gotcha. May choose to use one of the following effects. Choose to use one of the following options. There we go. On one of your conjured animals within 60 feet. I'm just going to put heal, explode, and then sensors. For low magic, giant specific, make pro, want to catch that abilities commonly evolved ancestral recall. Fair. I mean, who doesn't want to throw up and shit blood in their friend's bathroom? Just can't think who. When one cooks first, normally this means they're kind of trying to severely harm or kill, I guess, unless like Hannibal Lecter status. Yeah, well, I'm not Hannibal Lecter. I don't like nice Chianti and fava beans. I generally find what someone wants to eat or can eat and then go from there. Soup and chilies are good. That is the problem. Okay. You may destroy the creature. You may reduce the creature's hit points to 0. Current hit points to 0. And distribute creature's remaining hit points to 0. Remaining hit points among any other conjured creatures you can see. Let's see, within 60 feet. And then reduce the first creature's current hit points to 0. You may distribute the creature's remaining hit points among any other conjured creatures you can see within 60 feet, and then reduce the first creature's current hit points to 0. Is there a soup you found that's not hurt you, like trying different stocks? Just eat on toilet, cry, problem solved. You may reduce creature's hit points to 0 and deal damage equal to creamy soup and stew doesn't hurt you, it's just boring. What? What? What soups and stews have you had that are boring? And deal damage equal to... As I say, many fireballs come with different meats, so if you end up ordering with short you get meats you want. All of them are boring? What? No, they're not. Is this just a salad conversation again? Pea and ham. Pea and ham is really nice. Stilton and leek. Stilton and broccoli, sorry. You full of salad. Gosh darn it, you turned it on me. Yeah, Kenny, we had a discussion about salad yesterday because Gremlin didn't realise salad could have meat in it. Pea and ham soup is delicious though. Like food is why I get fat so easy, even tablet's not great either. It's truly terrible eating habits to get the better of you. Yes, I put cheese in soup. It's really good. Anyway, get back to this. It may reduce the creature's hit points to 0, deal damage equal to... I don't want to do its current hit points because that could be a lot. I guess just its hit dice. If you do all creatures within, let's say, 10 feet, I attempt a dexterity saving throw against your spell save DC. Creatures that fail damage equal to a roll of the creature's hit dice and creatures that succeed take half this damage. I'm just going to go for the wording from the book. Want photo with go for lunch, don't think the ones from higher deliver, like this with hole in the wall for a place. Things that should be allowed in soup: water, stock, chilies, star anise, garlic, flesh. Okay, sure. Floating leaf greens, mushrooms, maybe corn, not friggin' cheese. Why would cheese not go in a soup? Pretty sure it's still in broccoli as a soup. Why do you put dairy in a soup? It thickens it. Yeah, broccoli and Stilton soup. It's a soup. Thought I was going crazy for a moment then. And I mean, I know you have a thing about food consistency, but it is a really nice soup. Hot pot's a casserole, I think, technically speaking. Could be wrong. Soup war. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a soup war. Right, I was checking the wording on a random AoE spell. I'm just going to go with Fireball because I like reading the words Fireball. Must make against your spell save DC. A target takes damage equal to a roll of the creature's hit dice on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. On a failed save. And half as much damage on a successful one. Nope. But we should have 5 out of food, what? Salads, thick soup, cake. I mean, we're not sure, but you put cheese in the hot pot. You can. You can. Just, I think it's bad how many guys had it. So I could technically consider it soup or not. You may take control of the creature. Whilst doing so, you are blind to the access to its sensors. Do not have to issue commands. And it gains a bonus to its AC and attack rolls equal. Let's say half your wisdom modifier. Minimum of 1. Let's say skill checks as well. And attack rolls equal to half your wisdom modifier. I guess you are incapacitated in cap. That's not how you spell that word. Maybe it is. It is! Woohoo! Whilst doing so, you're incapacitated, but you gain access to its sensors. Do not have to issue commands. verbally issued commands. And against the bonus to its AC skill checks attack rolls equal to half your wisdom modifier. So sad this morning now I'm arguing about food, learning about D&D and little dance to this weird music. That's what we do here. That is what we do here. That's why I like to stream. Does that make sense? Also, so you're incapacitated, but you gain access to its senses. Do not have to verbally issue commands to it. And it gains a bonus to its AC skill checks, attack rolls equal to half your wisdom modifier. When you end this effect, it is incapacitated till the start of your next turn. As a bonus action, it is incapacitated to the start of the next turn. So I tried doing some exercise first time in a while. This face versus 100 in push-ups. That 20 already kills me. That's a lot of push-ups though. I mean, I do 10, but I do 10 after doing a workout. So the routine stuff was like hanging with friends. It said, after I make up or pants or even move for your body. That is true. That is true. I'm sorry that I won't be streaming on Thursdays. You know, for a while. I mean, potentially when the world stops ending, I might move the vampire game to the evening so I can still stream Thursday afternoons, but that's obviously months ahead, so. Okay, you got so much work. I mean, also that. So you can sacrifice it to heal others, you can explode it, or you can puppet it, basically. I mean, when the current apocalypse ends. Let's say can telepathically. No, because you're incapacitated. I think the condition's the problem here. Can't take actions or reactions. Oh, that's fine, because you won't be doing any of those things. In theory. It's unconscious that was the problem. So, while you're controlling it, you can still move. You can still see around you, but you can also see through... let's say you're incapacitated and are unaware of your surroundings. But you gain access to its senses, do not have to verbally issue commands to it, and it gains a bonus to its AC, skill checks, and attack rolls equal to half your wisdom modifier. You end this effect, or it leaves as a bonus action. Let's say, as a bonus action, you may end this effect. When you do, it is incapacitated until the start of the next turn. It's regular to come with people where everyone basically doesn't have to get ready, and you're practically hour and a half pajama and casual clothing can be hard to try and get ready all the time. Stress. Yeah, I mean, I have considered just like throwing a t-shirt on and then keeping my casual wear on, but the actual like the routine for working from home of getting dressed helped my mental health a lot, so I still get dressed for my streams. Obviously it's not formal wear, but there we go. I think that's better. You're incapacitated and are unaware of your surroundings, but you can still move if you need to. Which needs to have a ton of exercising to write. Maybe depressed, I think about the dice, so to me this is the apocalypse. Still champagne and sleeping. If the creature is reduced to 0 hit points in this manner, when you are controlling it in this manner, you are controlling it in this manner. Let's say psychic damage equal to any damage remaining in excess of what was needed to reduce it to 0. To reduce it to 0 hit points. Typing hard, yeah, try doing it on stream. I think I friends have seen me prep and other things come in my youth and I'm still asleep, so I'm maybe halfway when they come in. Yeah. I have, I think, one friend who's ever seen me before I brush my hair. I hate people seeing me before I brush my hair, and preferably also shave, because the facial hair triggers my dysphoria. I have a sleeping schedule, I just can't sleep. But I try, and hopefully that counts for something. Okay. Other people may speak of sharing a connection to something greater than themselves. For clerics, this is a god. For paladins, this is an ideal. And for druids of this circle. No, I'll keep going with that train of thought. And for druids of this circle, it is a force of life itself. A life-giving force of itself. It's a life-giving force. More so than yeah, I've seen people tattoo eyebrows. In fact, my old chemistry teacher had her eyebrows tattooed on. So then almost any other adventurer, members of this, let's say druids who connect with the Titan. The other wasn't like going past time that I wouldn't know. I don't go out. Are aware of the insignificance of mortals in the grand scheme of things. When compared to the vast, ageless forces that comprise this world. Oh god, people actually start trying to add your Facebook is super weird. Yeah, I can imagine it would be. Druids who join this circle embrace that knowledge. Even better. Choose to use this knowledge to improve their own connection with the natural world in an effort to leave a lasting impact, to leave a lasting mark. Other people may speak sharing a connection to something greater than themselves. For clerics, this is a god. For paladins, this is an ideal. And for druids of this circle, which is a life-giving force. Even more so than almost any other adventurer, druids who connect with the Titan are aware of the insignificance of mortals in the grand scheme of things when compared to the vast, ageless forces that comprise this world. Druids who join the circle choose to use this knowledge to improve their own connection with the natural world in an effort to leave a lasting mark. Oh god, yeah, I don't like people friending me out of nowhere. It's unsettling. Channel the mystical energies. The primordial energies. Access to. I keep wanting to press Control S to save, but I don't need to because it's auto-saving for me. Okay, so I'm happy with this. I will revisit it later in the month to proofread it and everything, and make sure everything's balanced. But it is only 5:15, so what I'm going to do is play Pokemon. Do I still have my scene set up for that? I believe so. So YouTube, I hope you've enjoyed. If you do want to support me, the Patreon link's down there. Whatever, do with that knowledge what you will. I'm going to go and play some Pokemon to give my brain a rest. So see you, YouTube.